Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna do 2020 in review. And I thought it would be cool if while I talked about it I did a makeup look. And now by any means I'm not a makeup expert, I'm not a makeup artist in any way. I do enjoy doing it and I do my makeup quite frequently, so I thought it would just be fun to just do it as I go along and talk about what a year 2020 has been, huh? So I guess I will go month by month, right? I have like a mirror right here that I'm probably gonna have to use frequently. When January started, I had just finished the show with Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, and I was going into 2020 like everyone else, thinking it would be another great year, the turn of the the turn of the decade, turn over a new leaf, and you know, it'll be great and all. And then so I started to make friends in the deaf community. I previously had none, so I maybe knew one person. Now I remember in the beginning of 2020, I was thinking that, so I have planned with my deaf friend that I would be doing deaf conventions, and oh my goodness, that I would be doing so much stuff. I had the promise that I was going to do so many deaf shows. I auditioned for Deaf West Orpheus, and I got callbacks, and unfortunately I look like I'm 16, so I didn't get any of the parts, but it makes sense. So like, I had all these like prospects. I was like excited about 2020, and then quarantine happened. Okay, maybe that'll work. Yeah, so then quarantine happened. Okay, that works. So basically quarantine happened, and I don't think any of us expected the quarantine to go on for so long. And so it just kind of threw everyone in for a loop. I'm not like trying to complain or anything, but literally all of LA shut down. So as a result, all of the plans for dance got shut down as well, and school went online, and it was just a big adjustment period for a lot of people. And I don't know, going online as a deaf person for school and academic settings is really difficult, because all of my interpreters are now in a tiny little Zoom box, and my eyes will get really exhausted day in and day out. So then I decided to like find little things about the days that excited me. Yeah, none of us expected 2020 to be this way, honestly. This shouldn't be wide enough. Okay, I'm gonna go with the other eye as well. But okay, so when quarantine started happening, it was in March, right? And so I was just finishing the end of my spring 20 semester, so I was doing biology, the study of bees. Yes, I was doing biology online. No, biology, piano. I had political science, so I did those online, and I pulled out A's for all of them, which I have honest to God no idea how I did that, because I think the challenge for most of us in online education is that we have to manage our own time, and since we have to manage our own time, we don't realize that, like, okay, first of all, I have a bullet journal, I know the whole exam, but managing your own time with online education is quite a lot different than managing your own time offline, because in offline you at least have teachers being like, well, you haven't turned this in, but in Zoom they're not gonna single you out and be like, hey, like, you haven't turned this in, are you okay? No, they're not gonna do that. Not to say that I've been like super late on assignments, I usually am not, but there's not that incentive to be like, just checking in on you, you're doing okay, and etc. In May, everything was just starting to hit more for most everyone, because all of the concerts have been cancelled, so I couldn't see MCR, I couldn't see BTS, I couldn't see several other punk bands I had been looking forward to seeing, like Sloppy Jane. So it's just like everything cancelled, and like likewise it should be, but you know, when you're looking forward to ticketed events like that, and like especially with bands who you haven't seen in a long time, My Chemical Romance, they had been abandoned, they had been broken up for quite a long time, about 10 years I believe. So when they announced the reunion tour, I was super excited, and they had like 2 concerts and then shut down. That was upsetting. So just not me complaining, it's just, and so I did what every person would do in quarantine, is I got Animal Crossing and I started playing it obsessively. That's all I do every time. I literally will get into Animal Crossing for a hot minute, obsess about it for a hot minute, and then abandon it. And I've recently gone back to it, so yeah, I played Animal Crossing for a hot minute, and I just recently got back into it. So now I'm playing it, and it's in November, so don't ask to come over to my town. It's really messy. Yeah. So. It's like kind of purple, huh? It's like a learning process. I've never done my makeup with this mirror. Okay. Anyway, so I had those classes. I did not really have a great time. It's not really meant to be a great time, honestly. They're kind of meant to be like over and done with. But the teacher I have for psychology was so... He was so ableist. Like, I told him, hey, I'm sorry, but I have to miss like this week of class, and I've noticed that none of your Zoom lectures, like that pre-recorded ones, have captions. And he was like, well, they should. I was like, they don't though. Where am I supposed to find them? And then he was like, you're supposed to find them. And I was like, well, he was really mean about it. Whatever. So yeah, I had to talk to my interpreting coordinator about how to actually access the caption, which is like a whole convoluted point. If your caption is not accessible in that way, then you should like actually let me know how to find the captions. It's not easy, it's not intuitive at all times. When it comes to movies, you go to the screen, click, and then you find subtitles, English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing people. Easy. But for like this Zoom lecture, I had to go through 3 separate tabs to find the caption, and that was a whole nightmare. So yeah, you can imagine my upsetness. I did not like that band. Okay, so that was over, and it was summer. And then I decided to, I am an English major and a music production double major, as you know. Kind of, maybe you don't know, but I'm a music production major as long as an English major, so I decided to step up my game and make an album, a mini album for sorts. I will link that down below in the description, because actually I'm really proud of it. It's my first thing. I do have some qualms with it, but now that 2021 is coming, I want to put out a second one. I really enjoy making music. So it was a whole time of social issues. Not only were we dealing with COVID, we were also dealing with the protests with the Black Lives Matter incident. You know, just police brutality. That's really important. We need to address that. We can't have people who can enforce our laws to be killing innocent people. Even if they did commit a crime, why do they deserve to die? So we had all of that along with COVID. So it's just, I understand why the numbers went up at that time. So then not to like move on, but like it's an important topic, but I'm a white person. Nothing I say is going to add to the argument. I just putting it out there. Close my eyes for a second and talk. So I started fall semester, and if you guys know anything about my fall semester, I took 2 English classes, philosophy, what else did I take? Math for liberal arts majors. Math for liberal arts majors, and then I had what was my other class? Humanities of Arts Review. So basically I had 5 classes online, and I was hectic as fuck. I'll just like put white under it. Okay, so I started my fall semester, and as we all know, it was a nightmare. That was so hard. Wow. I should not be taking that many classes. That physically hurt me. But then I learned how to sew, so it was kind of like a fun little time in between classes. And yeah, I think fall semester, it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. I can't decide if I like this or not. You know what, I think it's fine. I'm just gonna do it on the other eye now. How to sew, and the first thing I made were these shorts, and the second thing I made were the overalls that I wear almost every single week. I actually really love that dress so much. And the third thing I made was, no, very surprisingly, it was the Beowulf dress. Like, that was the third thing I made. I don't know why I attempted a task so big so quickly, but it's just that I decided to do. Yep, now they match. This eye looks a lot better than this eye. Okay, now I'm gonna touch up a little bit. So now we're at the holiday season. I can't believe I like rushed through that review really fast. Very bad Goth of me. That looks like some goth shit, huh? I just need to be a bit more. It's not really supposed to look natural. That works. I'm gonna use this finally. I look like a clown. Alright, yeah, so basically the Christmas season, the holiday season happened, and you know, here we are. It's the end of 2020. And I honestly, like, this has been a rough year, obviously. But there are some like instances where I came out better, and there are some instances where I came out worse, you know. Mental health. But obviously my makeup improved, my outfits, I continue to do that. I learned how to sew. It's just like, yes, I want to look at it from a positive standpoint, but I acknowledge intensely that this was a challenging time for everyone, myself included. So if you had a rough year and struggled, yes, me too. We're all here for you. I do try to put myself more in a positive light, like I'm not down on myself or anything, but I do struggle with my mental health, so don't ever feel like you are alone or that I'm like the ultra positive person. No, I did struggle this year. I just prefer to look at my accomplishments instead, just to keep moving forward. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you if you are new or old to my channel. I hope you like this makeup look. I did more of a trad goth style, and I haven't done that in a while. I really like goth makeup styles. But yeah, I hope your 2020 was a surviving, I guess. I hope you survived. I hope you thrived, but I know a lot of us didn't this year. I love you if you're new or old to my channel, and I post every Friday, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!